left my door, my apartment was just fire everywhere, which is the scary moment of my life.
An officer runs into a burning building to save a pregnant woman and her family. And you won't believe what started the flames.
The motion is adopted without objection. A motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
Shut down round 2 while you were sleeping. Lawmakers in Washington making moves to make sure that doesn't happen.
A great start to the weekend, but it won't last for long. I'm tracking rain, snow, and ice headed towards the bi-state.
That messy weather is just one of the things to keep in mind if you're headed to Mardi Gras. A checklist of the things to know before you go.
A shocking stumble on the ice. One of America's most hyped athletes coming into the Olympics falls short in his first event. What it means for Team USA.
This is Today in St. Louis.
The slopes are primed and ready. You're taking a live look out over Pyeongchang, South Korea. In just a few hours, some of the best athletes in the world will be hitting these slopes in the 2018 Winter Games. Good morning to you on this Friday, February 9th. I'm Allie Corey.
And I'm Ryan Dean, and if you're looking for a little pick-me-up this morning, we may have just the thing.
Yes, we sent Chester Lampkin out to serve up some sandwiches this morning.
He's stuffing his face already.
He's eating one of those sandwiches right now. He's going to tell us how that yummy breakfast that he's eating is going to actually help out a great cause and why you should pick up a sandwich for the entire office. And we're talking about you too, Chester.
Well, more than one sandwich for the entire office.
For us.
Get a few. All right, but first, let's get a check of how your Friday is shaping up with meteorologist Anthony Slaughter.
All right, well, yeah, we sent Chester out there to tell us about what he'll be doing. Heat Up St. Louis, doing some great work this morning. I'm going to bring your forecast here right now. We've actually dropped down to 34 degrees in the metro area, so we're down about 4 degrees from our last hour, but winds have shifted out of the southeast, so that's going to boost those temperatures through the day. There is snow falling to our north. That moves in as we head towards tomorrow, so today will be a dry day. Up to 55 in St. Louis, even by lunchtime in the 50s. But tomorrow, as I mentioned, a wintry mess. We'll detail that in just a bit. Jessica Quick's on standby talking about your morning commute. Good morning, Jessica.
Hey, it is good around St. Louis here at 6 o'clock on a Friday. 178 all moving along really quickly and really smoothly. Across the rest of the metro area, we had one crash, the entry ramp from Grand onto 70. That's slowing things down a little bit, but otherwise no crashes in the St. Louis metro. We take a wider view. We do have some issues that we're going to be dealing with. Pretty nice around St. Louis today. Rough travel though heading north towards Chicago. Winter storm going on there. And this weekend we could have some travel problems too with the wintry weather of our own. So heading north, you're going to hit that snow just north of Bloomington, Illinois. We will have more details on flight cancellations coming up in a few minutes.
Yes, he did. He did save me and my sister and my dog.
An incredible story overnight. A police officer runs into a burning building to help a pregnant woman and her family.
Yeah, and 5 on your side spoke with one of those women just minutes after she got out. Abby Larico is live at the Oak Forest Apartments on the border of Creve Coeur and Maryland Heights. Abby, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Ryan and Allie. So luckily, thanks so much to those first responders who were quick acting and able to get everyone out safely after the fire started here in this first floor unit behind me. Before then, the smoke spread out the door and up into the rest of the building. Now, it began in the kitchen, which is not all that uncommon for home fires, but surprisingly to some, it actually started in the dishwasher. It was just before midnight when fire crews got the call to come out when the residents inside say it started to spread then to their countertops and into the sink. Then the smoke out into the stairwell. Now, one woman had to be rescued from her third floor unit with a ladder. Most people were able to get back inside tonight. However, 3 people did have to go to the hospital for smoke inhalation. We caught up with some of them early this morning on their way back home, finally after the night in the hospital. They say even though their injuries were minor, those plus the fear were like nothing they've ever felt before.
You know, like when you get sick, like a cold or flu or whatever, you just cough. But the smoke inhalation is cough like really long and hard and like, well, So
it felt different.
Yeah.
Though, even though when you think about a dishwasher, you're probably thinking about water. Fires to dishwashers are a lot more common than you might realize. The National Fire Protection Association says more than 1,000 dishwasher fires are reported every single year. And they also recommend you think twice before setting it to run while you leave for your day. Reporting live in Creve Coeur, Abby Larico, 5 on your side.
Okay, Abby, thank you for that report.
We're also following breaking news in Washington this morning, where any minute now the government shutdown, the second one in as many months, could come to an end. It has been a busy night. While you were sleeping, both the Senate and the House approved a budget. It's now waiting for President Trump's signature in the Oval Office. The lawmakers did not, however, meet a midnight deadline to keep the government open. So until President Trump puts pen to paper, federal buildings and offices, including the Gateway Arch, will be closed. President Trump has promised to sign the bill.
Okay, so grab the beads and the boas. We are a little more than 24 hours away from the big Mardi Gras celebration in Soulard. And if you're heading down to the parade, there are some changes you need to be aware of. Our Jen Sullivan is live in Soulard this morning with the details.
Good morning, Ryan and Allie. If you're headed down to Soulard, the one thing you can't do is drive. And the reason why? There'll be nowhere to park in this area because they've got all these no parking zones. Starting at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, you cannot have your car on these streets. It's just one of the many ways they're getting ready for the massive crowds that they're expecting tomorrow. So the colorful boas are out, beads strung up, beer tables set up, and among the Mardi Gras decor, porta potties galore, and of course the no parking signs. Come Saturday, these streets will be packed with thousands of people for the Mardi Gras Grand Parade. Outside of the Big Easy, it's the biggest Fat Tuesday celebration in the country. But it comes with some hangovers and headaches for many people who live here.
Trash all over the place and stuff like that to keep my front of my place clean and all that, but that's normal.
I mean, I live here. I just can't come and go, we're kind of locked in.
It used to be nice 30 years ago when it was more of a neighborhood thing, but now it's crazy. It's overpriced.
So if you're not one of the lucky people who live in Soulard and can just walk to the parade, here's what you need to know. Metro will again be offering the St. Louis Metro Shuttle. Those special shuttles will operate every 15 minutes from 9 a.m. until 11 p.m. between the Stadium Metrolink station. You can purchase a shuttle pass at the Civic Center station, and the shuttle will drop you off at the heart of Mardi Gras. You can also take services like Lyft and Uber for the first time this year. Of course, the parade begins at 11 a.m. at Busch Stadium, heads through all of the streets in Soulard, and ends at the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. We'll have all of the coverage of that event tomorrow, of course. We're live in Soulard. Jen Sullivan, 5 on your side.
The Winter Games are well underway in Pyeongchang, but before we could even get to the opening ceremonies, one of Team USA's most talented athletes made a pretty big mistake.
Yeah, Rennie Knott is live for us in Pyeongchang, and good morning to you, sir.
No. Good night to me.
That's right.
Good night,
It's almost 10 o'clock here.
Oh, geez.
15-hour time difference. Good to see you guys, or at least good to speak to you guys, because technically I can't really see you, but we'll talk about that at another time. I want to borrow a line from the famous St. Louisan, the late Yogi Berra, who said, "It ain't over till it's over." Well, that's the way one of America's biggest stars is handling day one of this competition. Opening up in the team competition in the men's singles short program, I want to show you Nathan Chen. He's one of America's big hopes in these Olympic Games. He's only 18, and he has already accomplished on the world stage. He is known for his ability to hit the quad. Nevertheless, he struggled in his Olympic debut today. Nervous? Well, that could have been a factor. He fell. The judges gave him a score of 80.61. That was good for fourth place. Now, today is day 2 of events in the 2018 Olympic Games, and Olympic Park was busy. Supporters for Team USA, they were out everywhere. I spoke to a few of them as they left the ice arena. They have not lost hope in Chen's ability to bounce back in time for the individual competition.
He had a slight little mishap during his performance, but we love him and he's a great skater, and I know he's going to bring it next time he comes out and skates again.
One bad run doesn't set anybody back. I mean, if anything, he's probably going to focus more and just put his best foot forward for the next round.
I think he has the mental tenacity for the most part. I think, he's used to the pressure, and I think he's just really getting started.
And guys, the men's individual competition will begin next Friday with the short program. As for the team events, Team USA is in second place overall. Those events will resume on Sunday right here in Olympic Park. Reporting live from Pyeongchang, I'm Rennie Knott. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, Rennie, we'll see you next half hour.
And as Rennie said, the Olympic ceremonies, they're underway now, but you won't want to miss a minute of it. The complete ceremony airs tonight at 7 o'clock right here on 5 on your side. And we keep saying, you know, it's colder there, it's wintry, more wintry there, but we're going to be experiencing some of this wintry mix this weekend, Anthony.
Yeah, we are. In fact, today will be a nice quiet day. We'll have lots of cloud cover in the region, but tomorrow, yeah, we're tracking a wintry mess. Today, again, mild, mostly cloudy through the day, but look at these numbers. We're back up into the 50s by lunchtime, and we'll hang out there throughout the entire day. Once we get into the afternoon, again, mostly cloudy skies. I want to talk about this weekend, as we were talking about the wintry mess headed our way. It's not going to be much, but it doesn't take much ice to cause problems on the road. And that's basically what we'll be looking at. Tomorrow morning, some freezing drizzle moves in, then it'll dry out. Then tomorrow evening, we'll have freezing rain mixing in with sleet and snow. It all wraps up as we head towards Sunday morning, but we're not expecting much. About 1/10 of an inch of ice, that would be just a coating, and the same deal for snow, just about 1/10 of an inch. So again, not a major system, but nonetheless, it could cause some problems, especially Saturday night when all of this stuff moves in and it moves out as we head towards Sunday morning. It's going to be cold too, 30s for high temperatures. All right, that does it for me. Back to you, Chief.
We're looking live 70 at Goodfellow. Traffic moving along smoothly on a Friday morning. We'll talk about your travel impacts for today and for the weekend around St. Louis coming up.
6:10 is the time. Do you know what to do if your child accidentally overdoses on medication? The life-saving story you want to hear before you leave home.
And we're live here at the Hardee's in South St. Louis for Rise and Shine St. Louis. We're helping heat up St. Louis. In a few minutes, we're going to talk more about that and how it impacts both Missouri and Illinois. Stay close.
Looking forward to that, but before we head to break, we want to say good morning from Manchester to Madison, Hillsborough to Grafton. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
The weekend is upon us. There's so much more to come here today in St. Louis. Grab the coffee.